What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be giving you a ranking of my favorite maps from the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 beta. There's only 4 6v6 maps. We're going to be just ranking them worst to best. Of course, there are 3 ground war maps. Not going to be talking about those today. It's kind of hard to rank ground war maps against your normal 6v6 maps, so I just decided to not include them. They're fun. I played all 3 of them. They're all fine. I don't really have a problem with any of them. They're enjoyable. It's ground war, so ground war's pretty fun. So yeah, let's just get right into this ranking. In dead last, the only map from the beta that I actually don't enjoy, and this is Valderas Museum. This is, of course, the map I think most people hate right now, and honestly, there's only one really problem with it. There's not like there's a bunch of issues that affect this map. It's literally just one thing, and it's simply that it's too big for 6v6. I think if you had 10v10, 12v12, I think it would play much better. It's actually the exact problem I had with Miami from Black Ops Cold War, which thankfully after a couple months into the life cycle, they actually moved Miami exclusively to the 12v12 mode, and then they added a Miami Strike version, which was for the 6v6 playlist. So I thought that was really cool of them for that game. Hopefully they do something similar here, where for 6v6 they cut the map down. Maybe they save the bigger size of the map for a bigger mode that they could add in later on. I would hope they do some sort of a 12v12, 10v10 mode in this game. I don't know if they are, though. It might just be 6v6 and ground war, but I think that'd be a missed opportunity to take some of these bigger 6v6 maps and make them a little bit more enjoyable, because it is a really slow-paced map. I mean, if you play on this map, especially TDM or Kill Confirmed, it's still not that great in the objective modes either, but when you play TDM or Kill Confirmed, it is a slug fest, man. It is so slow. Usually the top players on each team end the game with like maybe 20 kills, even in domination and hardpoint. It's just not very good. When you play in like search and destroy and the other non-respawn modes, it's not nearly as bad, but I'm more of a respawn mode player anyways, so I just don't find this map to be enjoyable. I think it's a pretty meh map. It's not terrible. The layout's not too bad. There's not too many flank routes and camping spots. It's just really just not well designed in terms of its size. That's the problem. It's just too big for what this game has. Some people like that. Some people like it being slow. I don't like it being slow. I like the pacing being quite fast. So it's not a good map. In number 3 spot, I have Breenberg Hotel. So Breenberg Hotel is probably the best looking map in the beta. Like, this map is stunning. It is gorgeous. I love looking around at this map, just looking at all the different areas, and it's a really nice looking map. But it definitely isn't my favorite. I don't think it's bad. I think this is like where we start to get to the decent maps. This one's pretty good. I have fun on it. I think it's, pretty solid. I just think there's some areas in this map that are laid out kind of strangely. Like, they have either a really long line of sight that's like almost too long, or there's certain areas that just have way too much cover to the point where when you get into a gunfight in a lot of those areas, there's normally somebody hiding behind something, and I don't really like that. I don't like when there's people who are always hiding behind, whether it's a countertop or chairs or whatever it may be. They're always hiding behind things, and obviously this game is a bit campier than most CODs because of the fast time to kill, because of the no red dots on the minimap, because of no dead silence, because of all these things. It's a little bit of slower COD. So you have, of course, map design that should be at least trying to speed it up a little bit, and I do think some of the maps in this game do that. This one, though, I don't know, it just feels like some of the areas are a little bit like it just doesn't allow for much rushing play styles. Now, I think some areas do, especially like the middle part of the map, I think is very fast paced, and especially where the B flag is in domination. I have a fun time in that area of the map. But there's just some other areas that I'm not a big fan of. It's a really good looking map. It's maybe a little bit too big, but it's not crazy big. It's definitely not as big as Museums. So I think it's a good map. I don't really have a big problem with it. In number 2 spots, I have Farm 18. So Farm 18 I think would be amazing in like a Treyarch game or a game just with a slower time to kill. But because, of course, we have the mechanics that the mechanics are in this game, there are a couple problems. First of all, the middle area, like the middle part of the building, a really cool area. I really like that area. But it's very campy. People just hold that room down, and it's like a death sentence walking in there. Not rushing in there is a death sentence. You could walk in there and probably get away with getting some kills, but you rush in there, if someone's in there aiming at the door, you're dead. It's over. And people really do love to camp there. I love that one building, though, that's like in the side of the map. That building's a really fun building. I like how it almost feels like a maze. It's just there's so many ways in and out of it, and it's a pretty cool little section of the map there, and I think it's a pretty fast-paced map. It's definitely the smallest map in the game currently, so it's a very fast-paced experience. It's a problem when people like to camp in that middle area, and it kind of bothers me a bit. It's definitely the worst looking map of all of them. Like if you were to compare how good the maps look, this one is definitely the least beautiful, but it still has a sort of apocalyptic feel to it that I kind of like, and it does have a good look. It's just not as colorful. So of course, if you're playing the game for all the colors and stuff, you're probably going to prefer the other more colorful maps. But this one I do think, in terms of gameplay, is really solid, and I'm a fan of it. I don't really have any problems with it other than, like I said, sometimes in the middle, people do kind of get a little annoying with that. In the #1 spot, by far the best map in the beta so far is Marcada Las Almas. So this map is just great. I have one issue with it, and that is on domination. The B flag spawns way too close to one of the sides. It's such a weird thing. I don't know what their decision was, why they made that decision. Like, there's a pretty perfect 3-lane layout to this map where one side could spawn to A and one side could spawn at C. It would be perfect, but instead they made them spawn on like the other sides, so it's a little weird how they did that. I don't know, but in general it's not a big deal because it only affects like the first couple minutes of the match anyways. But for the most part, I really do love this map. It does feel like a typical like 3-lane map that we're used to from Call of Duty, but it does have some variation. Like, it's not just 3-lane and that's it. It's just a linear 3-lane map. No, there are some variety in terms of some of the flank routes and such, but there's not a million flank routes. The flank routes are relatively linear. They kind of exist on both sides. If there's one flank route on one side, that same one exists on the other side, you know, between the other 2 lanes, and it all kind of comes together very nicely. This map has a really good flow to it that I really enjoy. I have been seeing some people criticizing this map, and I don't really understand it. I really do think this map has a solid flow to it, and it is a great map. I would argue probably one of the best Infinity Ward maps since Infinite Warfare. Like, honestly, I think it's better than every single Modern Warfare 2019 map. So yeah, in terms of like the new maps, I would say it's better than all of them. So I think they knocked it out of the park with this map. And all in all, I'm very pleased with the map design in Modern Warfare 2. Obviously, I've been complaining a lot about this game in terms of some of the mechanics and such, but I actually think they designed some pretty good maps that look really gorgeous. Like, they finally learned how to add some color to their maps, and the maps just look beautiful, and they're fun. Like, they actually have good design to it. They're not all complex and random like I felt like they were in Modern Warfare 2018. These maps legitimately feel like they have some really solid flow to them. Now, of course, there's still some problems there, but they're on the right track here, and I'm really excited to see the rest of the maps in this game. I'm assuming we're going to have a large number of them, probably like 16 at launch. Probably a few of those will be remakes, and I'm really excited to see what they will be when it comes to time. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Give me your ranking of all 4 beta maps, and if you want to rank the ground war maps, go for that as well. I don't really have a ranking for them because, like I said, I kind of like them equally. I think they're all fine. I think the US-Mexico border map might be my favorite one out of all of them, but I'm not honestly sure. They're all just fine. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Peace out.